You're at Rant Lake, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Anciental, who says, rant about handheld Zelda games like the Oracle games, A Link Between Worlds, and the Minish Cap. If you want to go on forever, I'd also love a comparison of what draws people to console Zelda games versus handheld Zelda games. IMO handheld greater than console. Well, they're different styles of games, and I definitely think the console console. What am I fucking saying? The handheld Zelda games are more indebted to A Link to the Past, which was originally a console game, but the top down perspective, I think, makes you focus more on the details of the world. Like, when I play the Minish Cap, what I love about that game, because it's one of my favorite Zeldas, is how dense it is. How everywhere you go, there's like multiple things to do on each screen. And that sort of rhythm of going screen to screen and sort of memorizing your way around, learning about what's on each screen, and then like coming back to it with later items. It's a very specific kind of feel that owes a lot to classic adventure games, like the game Adventure on the Atari. Like, that is what it feels like. The 3D games are more about the sense of scale. They're more about going on an epic adventure. Like, specifically the feeling that you're, seeing all these giant vistas and exploring this open world where it feels magical and like anything can happen. And I think that the two threads have basically continued to try to be that thing, which is good. Like the 3D games, Ocarina of Time, big scale 3D adventure, first one of its kind, super memorable. And then, like, you get to Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. The world is even bigger. It's even more to explore. It's even more epic. Finally, you end up at Breath of the Wild, the biggest, most epic, most open, most adventurous feeling game. And I really think with that game, they finally broke away from thinking about Zelda in terms of the mechanics. Like, I think that A Link to the Past had cast such a long shadow over the Zelda franchise that, like, every game felt the need to work like A Link to the Past. They always felt the need to be structured similarly in the story, because A Link to the Past is a very well-paced game. It's a game that is always giving you slightly different and new things at a regular clip that makes it feel, it never gets tired, it never gets boring. It's always a little bit new, whatever's going on, while still having a certain level of openness. Ocarina of Time basically just copied the formula. It was also extremely successful. They kept doing that. Breath of the Wild reconsiders what is the appeal of 3D Zelda specifically, and, what can we change about the pacing and mechanics to give a boost to the core emotions of the 3D Zelda experience, of that epicness, that feeling of openness, that feeling of adventure. Whereas, say, A Link Between Worlds does something similar to the 2D games, where they're like, this is more raw mechanics, this is more about the density of details, the nooks and crannies, which you literally squeeze into in a 2D form to find little things laying around. Now, personally, I haven't played that much of A Link Between Worlds. I don't really care for the aesthetic of that game very much, and controlling on the 3DS felt weird to me. I need to give it another shot, obviously. I love A Link to the Past, and the Minish Cap is, again, one of my favorite Zeldas. The Oracle games I haven't played very much of. I got a little bit into each of them, but they're, the constant item switching, which I put up with enough to do Link's Awakening DX, which I also enjoyed, but, like, it is a pain in the ass, and the Oracle games are even easier to get lost in. I remember not playing that much and just kind of being like, I didn't get quite engrossed. I mean, it felt like something that would have been more fun to play at the time, or when I didn't have a lot of other Zeldas. Like, maybe if I run out of all the other ones I haven't played yet, then I'll finally get to those. But yeah, I guess they just don't hold up as well as I would have hoped. But the Minish Cap does, and I love to come back to that over and over again. Well, I hope that was a satisfying answer. I'm trying to think of other handheld Zeldas, because I had never played the two DS games, Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, because I tried to play Phantom Hourglass, and the fact that you don't directly control Link, you like tap on the map and he goes to that point, instantly no for me. You know, I'm not a fan of the control scheme at all, so that bothered me. But you know, I'm playing Breath of the Wild right now, which technically could be considered a handheld because you can play it on the Switch as a handheld. Personally, though, I find that non-fun. Like, I tried playing it as the handheld mode, and just, there's no scale. Like, the game is all these gigantic open vistas. Seeing that on a small screen looks stupid to me. It's like watching a Hollywood blockbuster on your phone. It's, you don't get the point when you do it that way. So, you know, I've been playing it on the screen, and it's been fun. So, more to report on that later.